Did you know that repeat customers are worth up to 5 times more than new customers? But the problem is many businesses don't have a win-back strategy in place and let those customers slip away forever. In this video, I'm going to show you step-by-step in Klaviyo exactly how to set up a win-back flow so you can win back customers who are at risk of churning. But first, let's talk about why win-back flows are so important and the big picture strategy behind them. Okay, let's talk about the strategy behind win-back flows. Now, it's much more expensive to acquire a new customer than it is to get a returning customer to come back and purchase. And if we don't have a way to move people from purchase 0 to 1, purchase 1 to 2, 3 to 4, and so on, we're going to have a problem long-term in having a sustainable business. So it costs 5 times more to acquire a new customer than to get an existing customer to come back and make another purchase. Returning customers spend more over time. Their LTV, their lifetime value, is going to be much greater. And that's really what we're going for when it comes to retention marketing, is getting a new customer and then keeping them coming back and buying, especially at critical moments in their life cycle. But many brands rely too heavily on acquisition to fuel their business. Win-back flows are very critical because they find customers who are at the point where they're about to churn or lapse. So what happens? Let's say you have a supplement company, someone comes in, they buy your product, 30 days go by, 40 days go by, and they haven't come back to make that second purchase. This is when we get into the point of win back, where we're trying to incentivize customers to come back and make another purchase. So we're really going to focus on getting someone who's at that first purchase, and it's been 30, 40, 50 days, whatever that might be, and then getting them to come back, make a purchase, and kind of set off a new buying cycle. So with win-back flows, when it comes to discounting or giving an offer, we want to think about this in the big picture. We're not just randomly sending out a discount to everyone on our email list. We're just sending it to a select group of people who are at that critical point where we want them to come back and reset their buying cycle. So discounting in a win-back flow isn't about bribing customers. When we use a discount correctly, it sort of reignites that momentum and is going to get them to come back again. All right, enough talking. Let's jump inside Klaviyo and see how to put together a win-back flow from scratch. Let's build our win-back flow. We're going to create this manually, and we are going to use placed order as our trigger. Now, for the profile filter, I'm going to set this up right now. And I want placed order 0 times since starting this flow, because we want to remove anyone who buys in this flow so they don't get all of the other emails that come after this. Great. Now, what we're going to do next is add a time delay. And now here's where you need to customize this based on your business. If you're selling a consumable product like a supplement or food, your win-back cycle could be 30 days, could be 45 days. In this case, we're going to do 50. If you're selling shirts or something that has sort of a longer purchase window, you might start at 60 days, 90 days, 180 days. Really depends on what you're selling. So we have it at 50 days. Someone will place an order and we're going to wait 50 days. Now, what I also add here is a conditional split. We're going to do placed order equals 2 over all time. I'm doing this because in this flow, I just want to get people from order 1 to order 2 and come back. I'm doing this because we're really focusing on getting people from order 1 to order 2. If you don't put this split in here, what's going to happen is every person that places an order is going to enter into this win-back flow. So we're only going to do order equals 2 over all time. Now, what you can do here, once you set this up, is you could add in another one here. So placed order equals 3, placed order equals 4, and so on and so forth, based on how you want to handle it. But to get those numbers, you really need to use a platform like Retention X, Triple Whale, something that can show you those jumps between orders. Okay, so we have it set up. We have our delay, 50 days, 11 a.m. Placed order equals 2 over all time. We're good. And I'm going to label this customer win back email 1. Save it. And then what I'm going to do, the first pass through, I just build out sort of the skeleton. And then I'm going to come back in and add a template and clone everything. So I will add the delay. Just going to be, we'll put 2 days. Specific time of day. I don't know. Let's do like 6 p.m. I really don't put a lot of importance onto the exact send time. Now what I'm going to do is choose my template, which I have here. For winbacks, I always like to use plain text templates. The reason is if someone is close to churning, they're on the fence, I don't want them to open an email and see a beautiful designed email and tune that out. I want them to stop, grab their attention, and read the email so they can understand what's going on. Best way to do that is with a plain text email. And then we're going to clone it. And for this winback, I like to break them into sections. So we have the first winback, which is going to be 20% discount. You could even put that in the title if you want, just to help you remember. And we start with 20%. We give it them 48 hours to buy. If they have not purchased, they're going to continue into the flow. And I'm going to wait another 14 days here. And this is customer winback email 3. And here we got 25%. I'm going to clone it again. I'm going to clone our delay. Just let me make the name. It's really important to label things clearly for the emails, because if you're going to export this later and analyze the data, it makes your life a lot easier. So we have our winback. Now we need to adjust this again to 2 days. And I don't know, let's just put the time at like 10:30. Why not? So here's our winback flow. You can always add more emails into this flow, but this is a good starting point. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the copywriting for the first email, which I'm going to show you. And I just want to explain the principles to you so you can take this and then use it to create your own emails from that. Your body needs time to truly absorb and utilize nutrients. It's a journey, not a quick fix. Many of our long-term customers notice their biggest improvements after 2 to 3 months of consistent use. That's why for the next 48 hours, we're offering you 20% off your next order with code. Now this is going to be a dynamic coupon code, which I'm going to add in later. Click here to get 20% off, and we'll turn that into a link. Now, what's going on here is that we're explaining to them why we're giving them a discount. And we're also using a little bit of social proof in here as well, because we're saying a lot of our long-term customers see their biggest improvements after 2 to 3 months of consistent use. So what we're trying to do here is, instead of just saying, here's your coupon, we miss you, we're trying to give them a reason why they should come back. We're going to give you 48 hours, 20% off. So that's the incentive. But the reason why is you need to give your body time to thrive. If you can combine outcome-focused copy with a time-sensitive discount, it's sort of like double FOMO. It's going to be a very potent combination and really helps to kind of get people to come back. And if you add that to the fact that this is plain text, very short, so people can read it quickly, this is going to be a very effective email. All right, that's it. That's how we put together a very simple but effective win-back flow into Klaviyo. The only thing left to do is go in and just change the copy that I've already written for each one of these emails and to add in the dynamic coupon codes. But that's everything. So I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, let me know below, and I'm happy to help you out. Good luck.